You saw it. You saw what a president sounds like, a president's vision, and she made it very clear. She made a promise to all Americans that she would bring a to-do list to the White House, not an enemies list. She pledged to be the president for all Americans, and her first task that she said she would focus on every day from day one on is lowering the cost for middle-class families on the things that they need in their families. That's a priority every single day. When you talk to people, they tell you it's a concern of theirs. She has talked about and she will implement the first ever federal ban on price gouging. Now, quick primer on price gouging. I was with a farmer up in Erie, Pennsylvania, and we were talking about this, and he grows some corn. Hey, the Erie people are here. And I asked, he grows corn, potatoes, raised some cattle, but I said, so what are you getting for corn? He said, oh, about $4.10 a bushel. I said, oh. And I said, so when these folks tell you when food prices were cheaper, what were you getting for a bushel of corn? He said, oh, about $4.10. So if you look at that, he's making $4.10 no matter what the price of food was. Your prices are up after the pandemic. The only thing that really changed was historic corporate profits have gone through the roof. That's when we talk about price gouging. If you believe in a free market, you believe in a fair economy. We saw it again recently when the hurricanes hit. What a weird thing. They were telling people to fly out of Florida as quick as you could, and airline prices went through the roof. That's immoral. That's wrong. That's why 37 states have price gouging. Kamala Harris will put in a federal ban on price gouging. Tax cuts and tax relief for the middle class, 100 million Americans will see a tax cut. No one making $400,000 or less will see their taxes go up, and we will target it at a $6,000 child tax credit to get kids off to a good start in the first year of their life. Makes a difference. Under Kamala Harris's leadership, we finally got for seniors a cap on insulin of $35 a month for the big deal. She's talking about extending that to every American because we saw this happen in Minnesota. There was a young man named Alex Smith. He aged off his parents' insurance. What he had to do, because he didn't have the money, he started rationing his insulin, and Alex Smith died. So his mom, Nicole Smith, came to the Capitol and said, I'll never let another family go through this. And in Minnesota, we passed a $35 cap on insulin for everyone. That's how this is supposed to work. Now, give you my third example on price gouging. Before we did that $35 was costing up to $800. The real tragedy here is it costs $5 to make it, and people's lives depend upon it. The economy works best when it's fair, and in Minnesota we have a saying, we all do better when we all do better, and that's exactly what Kamala believes. A real plan to enhance lives. And some of the younger folks here, I know you're not going to think about this much, for some of them my age and older, Medicare is a big deal. So I know this. I turned 60 earlier this year. Now I spend a lot of my time thinking about Medicare. That's the way it works. But look, it's dignity in our life. It gives us a chance to live our lives with dignity and be in place. Kamala Harris has talked about enhancing Medicare, and one of the first things is allowing in-home care for our seniors so they can live in their homes. Big deal. Building Medicare services out to include glasses, vision, and hearing aids for our seniors. Big deal. Again, to the young people, I know what you're thinking. It's not a big deal. We got my mom a hearing aid here a few years ago. She's a lot more fun now that she can hear us. I'll just tell you that. And the idea of something that's so important to middle-class families, it's our true path to generational wealth and the thing that provides us security, making it easier to buy your first home with $25,000 down payment assistance. And focusing again, continuous, as you hear the theme here, focusing on the middle class, enhancing life, quality of life, opportunities. The next thing is making sure if you've got a dream to start a small business, make it easier for you to get into that small business. Right now, it costs about $40,000 the initial cost to get a small business off the ground. We give a $5,000 tax credit for that. Under Kamala Harris's plan, we will give $50,000 to get your dream off the ground and get there.